So this week's YouTube video is going to be a little bit different than most of the things that I post. It is a really weird time in the world right now. We have the coronavirus going on here in the United States, and we're pretty much in the heat of it. And for many women, both in the United States and around the world, this virus is changing things about our birth experience. I am in the last days and just waiting for baby to arrive, and a lot of things that I had imagined or planned for my birth story are just going to be different now. Some better, some worse. And so I just wanted to talk through a little bit of the changes that I am feeling and how I'm dealing with that, just to share a little bit of personal things about myself and kind of talk about some of the resources or ways that we can adapt to this situation, and hopefully make it a better experience for some moms. So one of the big changes for me is that I had planned on delivering at the hospital with a midwife. But with everything going on, I just was having a lot of second thoughts about it. I was really worried and stressed. What if there was like a huge influx in the amount of cases in my area and there wasn't room at the hospital? Or what if a policy changed last minute that really like disrupted the birth experience for me? I am really hold the birth experience sacred. And there's a lot of things that are just non-negotiable for me. One of them being my husband being there. And so I know locally at this point you can have one support person, and they're doing the best they can to allow doulas to come in if they are healthy. But I know this isn't an option for everyone. Even things like you have to wear a mask during labor and delivery. And you can't have visitors after you have the baby. So these were all things that I just was I don't know, there are moms, I'm seeing them on social media posting, and they are just braving it, and they are awesome. They are so strong, and they are making the most of this situation, and I think you are amazing. For me, I was so thankful when my midwives actually started offering the option of home birth. So this is something that I had always been a little bit curious about, especially the more I learn about how natural and how sacred the birth experience is. And so I'd been considering it, but we had decided just to go the hospital route this time until week 38. And we decided to go with a home birth. And so thankfully the midwives are going to deliver here that we're going to deliver at the hospital, which is awesome and definitely makes my husband feel a lot more comfortable with everything. But it's been a little bit different in these last couple weeks preparing. So instead of really thinking about my hospital bag, which I didn't know, but you do still need to have one ready for just in case, even if you go home birth. But there's a lot of materials that we had to gather, just how to protect my bed from being kind of traumatized from the experience, and things to make sure that I have what I need in my recovery. Simple things like pads, and making sure I have a kit so I can do perineal cleaning. And then also things for my newborn that usually the hospital has on hand. We just needed to make sure we had them here. So it's been really cool to learn about some of the things that you need in order to have a home birth. Other things are just strange things, I feel like I need to have my house a little bit cleaner all the time, which isn't too much of a problem in quarantine because I have a little bit extra time to spend on my home. But I am going to be having people come into my house, and even though they probably don't care what it looks like, it definitely matters to me. So that's been interesting. Same thing with preparing postpartum. My husband will have to help me with meals, and we wanted to have a few things in the fridge and freezer ready. But that's kind of tricky because you just never know when baby's coming. Just another aspect of preparing in a little bit different way. And then, childcare with my son, if it happens during the night, maybe he'll be able to just sleep right through it and wake up to a new baby brother or sister. Or if it's during the day, where can he go? With the virus and not wanting to bring germs back into our home when he comes back, we have to be really careful about who he's staying with and what they've been exposed to. So just different considerations, and I feel like there's adjustments that you can make, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad experience just because it's different. So like I've said many times, I think birth stories are amazing. I think having a birth plan is a great idea, But I also know the importance of being flexible. And I think this time that we're in is causing moms to really flex muscles and flexibility that they just didn't even know that they had. But I just want to encourage you moms and say that I am seeing things on social media that shows me that you guys are adapting, you're making the most of it, and you're really just like leaning into the support that you do have access to. There probably are some moms out there that are making things look really shiny and fine on social media, or maybe they're just not saying anything at all and things are not okay. I know that postpartum is not easy, being through postpartum once before. And in these times where support is a little more limited, resources are definitely more difficult to access, it's tricky. So I am going to actually link in the description some of the resources that I have connected with and found that can offer virtual support, online classes, one-on-one like phone calls or video chats, or just different things that I have found, because there are lactation consultants, chiropractors, physical therapists, postpartum doulas, lots of different resources, even midwives that are willing, if you didn't deliver with them, but to be a virtual midwife for you and to answer your questions. So if you are feeling like, I have so many questions, I'm lost, I'm alone, the only appointments I was planning to ask questions at have been canceled or turned into a phone call, and I need more help, I want to make sure I get some of those resources to you. So check out the links in the description below, because a lot of us professionals want to do everything we can to help you. We see you, we know it's hard, and we don't want this coronavirus to ruin the postpartum experience, because we really want it to be about bonding and learning about your new baby. And even though there are obstacles, we want to try to give you ways to overcome those things. So thanks for listening. I want to hear what you guys are thinking and feeling during this virus outbreak. I would love to have you comment below. You can pour your heart out, you can ask questions, you can say, hey, have you ever heard of this support for this? Or, hey, I found this great resource and I want to share it with others. So let's just like take a minute to breathe and support other moms, and kind of just be present in this moment and acknowledge that there are new struggles going on with the coronavirus, but that we are strong and we are flexible and we are going to make the most of this experience. So we'll see you all next week for our regular informational videos, but I just wanted to pop on and say I see you.